winning the right way.
Gonna be great, gonna be a good day.
This is Jason Lauren on Melbourne's Nova 100.
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to your Monday.
Good morning. Happy Monday, Melbourne. What a sparkling weekend.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday was an absolute cracker. We were down at Morning Stennis.
Morning, Melbourne. Morning, Jace, Lauren.
He's back.
You missed out big
I
time.
know.
We were down at Frankston yesterday at the foreshore there.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you to everyone who came and said hello.
Yeah.
Because, it's one of those things. We don't know how many people are going to turn up. And especially when we said, let's go to Frankston foreshore. That'll be an amazing spot. We've got so many listeners down there. And we didn't really think about, well, what if the weather was no good? Because it would have been a very different scene, I think.
Didn't matter.
It was hot.
Did you
It was 22 and sunny, and there were thousands of people.
Did you meet Mr. Whippy?
No, Mr. Whippy wasn't there.
Oh.
But we did hit
But
up.
when I left, when I left, Jay said to me, he had Hudson there, his gorgeous little middle child, and they were going to go fishing. And I left and drove out of the car park, and they were just sitting there eating ice creams.
Oh,
Jason Huddy.
Mr. Whippy did arrive.
Admittedly, Huddy had been very patient. He deserved a nice
I
break
said
for
to my
breakfast.
8-year-old, look, we're going to go down there. We're just going to shake hands and say hey and give away some money for an hour or so.
We were there for a lot longer than that.
2 hours he sat there just
Whoa.
watching me being like, I don't think Dad's going to stop shaking hands soon. So at the end I was like, you know what? You've
Time
earned
for
an
an
ice
ice
cream
cream.
and a fish.
And did you catch?
Not a bloody thing,
Didn't
Lauren.
think so. Did
Not
you
a
go to the
thing.
fish and chip shop though? Because there were people down there
I
with
know.
fish and chips when I left, and it looked like seriously good
I
food.
didn't want to go to the fish and chip shop while holding fishing rods. It just
And an ice cream in the other hand.
it screams defeat.
It does scream defeat.
You know what I mean?
No fish for you. Shame. What a pity. But it was like I couldn't believe the weather on the
it was
weekend.
incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it was amazing.
How good are all these people turning up to say hey as well? It's
And
been
you know
extraordinary.
what? Because people have been doing it. The first few days, it was like just people coming at us. Now there's quite an orderly fashion of people
Yes.
saying, hey, people are getting a bit strategic, thinking about where they want to be in the line. And then it's always disappointing we give away $1,000 to someone. They're the 1,000 or 2,000 or 3,000th listener that we've met. They get $1,000. And the people next in line are like,
Oh, yeah.
Well,
it's so flat. It's so exciting for some and so flattening.
you're at the South Melbourne Market on Saturday,
Yes.
and I did a live cross to you on Weekend Today, and I didn't know if I was Arthur or Martha.
Wasn't it awkward?
I was a bit stunned. I didn't know if I should wear my radio hat or my TV hat. I was
You're
all
quite
at sea.
sensible. Yeah, I didn't know if I could have fun with you and
I
tease
know.
you, or if we had to be serious because you're a Today
Serious
Show
on the news.
host.
Serious on the news.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jace, how many different tastes of South Melbourne Market did you have?
We
good
indulged in a
question.
few dimmies.
Oh, yeah.
We had a
Did
South Melbourne Market.
Did you go
didn't we?
steamed or fried?
I went fried.
Okay.
Jace had a hangover on Saturday morning, so
whoa,
he
whoa.
basically ate the whole dim
Oh,
sum
you
shop.
hung dog millionaire.
He couldn't wait to get out of there on Saturday.
Were you?
Couldn't wait.
Had a couple of cookies.
Yes.
Well, people were bringing them up from their shop.
Yeah,
Cookies?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
No.
What's the name of that place? There's a cookie
Oh,
shop
no,
at
not
the
those
South
sort of
Melbourne
cookies.
Market.
Cookies. You just made this bold admission on air that you were
I love the
having
cookies.
You mean the South Melbourne Market,
Market
cookies?
Yes.
That whoever gave them to us, thank you. They
Yes.
were the best. There was one called a birthday cake cookie,
I
and
know.
it had sprinkles on top.
I got
and
on the
some kind
gummies
of
as well.
Icing in the
No,
middle.
there was like a lolly shop there.
You were having a wow of a time.
Got to watch my wording. Speaking of
Did
which,
you go to the tea shop?
my God, Lauren Phillips, doggy. Anytime I saw a dog, she was on the ground rolling around with the dogs.
Down at Frankston, so many people bought their dogs, and I was not interested in the people.
Oh.
You know why? Because dogs have 4 paws. That's 4 shakes. It's getting through
call.
them faster.
Good.
Hey,
strong.
details on how you can get your hands on $10,000.
We must be getting close.
Yeah, we are ready to give this away. Like Loz said, every 100th person we meet who says hey wins $100. Every 1,000th wins $1,000, and we are getting very close to our 10,000th handshake or hey.
Yes, we must be getting close. I feel like I've met every single person in Melbourne.
Details on where we're going to be today a little bit later on in the show. Not only that, we've got a bunch of special guests today too, don't we?
We do. Mason Cox is coming in. Can't wait to see what's happening in the footy. Keita Alexander's joining us on the show.
This is a great song.
So that's Keita with her song with Fisher. It launched at Coachella last year. Fisher was at Live Golf on the weekend, which looks absolutely amazing as well. Keita's joining us. I went and saw her on Friday night at the Corner Hotel. It was jam-packed, and she is my absolute girl
What
crush
about
at the
the
moment.
Corner Hotel?
Oh,
What a
great
little venue.
Yeah, great live music
It
venue.
just screams Melbourne, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, it's such a good spot. There were people out the front trying to get in. It was fully sold out. You couldn't get in. The show was amazing. We're catching up with her. And we've also got Mel Bracewell and Tim McDonald from the Cheap Seats joining us.
Yesterday got right up there, mate.
It was really warm in the sun. I was loving it.
It was beautiful. Obviously, I went straight to sunburn rather than tanning.
Did you get sunburnt?
Yeah.
No sunscreen when you were trying to fish on the pier.
Got a little bit red. Us rangers burn. Our number is 132410, and you're going to need it right now if you want to score yourself $1,000 with a brand new little game.
Keep track of your money with Bank West's genuinely useful app. Consider it right for you. App terms of use apply.
Jason Lauren's Technology Takeover.
Guys, so my 10-year-old son, Felix, is in the house.
Sup?
We are going to show him an old piece of technology. He's going to describe what it is, and if people can work out what they think that piece of old school tech is, they have the chance to win themselves $1,000, all thanks to our mates at Bank West.
Sounds simple, huh?
Felix, are you ready for item number one?
Okay. Sure.
I can't
Okay.
wait for this.
Here we go.
Describe what I'm handing to you.
It is rectangular
Yes.
in a type of way, a 3D shape.
What colour is it?
Black. Now it's black.
What's it made out of?
Is that plastic?
Yeah, it looks
Yep.
plasticky.
Yep.
Is there anything on the back of it?
There is.
What's written on it?
Let me write. Jade, the Today Show.
Oh, God.
06. Okay.
The Today Show 06.
Wow.
Oh.
Steve Liebman would have been hosting back then.
Yeah.
What's on the back of it, Felix?
There are two circular white things.
Sort of
that
like windy things.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
windy
Have you
things.
ever used one of those before in your life?
I feel like I haven't. No.
Have you ever seen me use one?
No.
Right.
Have you ever?
Yes,
you
I've used
definitely
many
have.
of them.
Do you think it would go into a machine or something?
Yes.
All right, clear the phone lines. 13 24 10 is our number. Rectangular thing,
A black rectangular shape,
3D shape.
3D shape, plastic.
And it's got Today Show 06 on the back.
And some windy things.
Yeah, some little white windy things, a little bit flicks at the top.
All right, let's go to the phones. 13 24 10 if you think you know what it is.
Let's go to Sheridan from Montrose. First of all, Sheridan, can I ask, how old are you?
I am about to turn 35.
Right.
Okay, yes, you would,
Yeah, you know
would
this.
know this
Yes.
then.
know this.
Well, you
You've
should know it.
definitely used one of these before. Sheridan, do you know what it is?
I think it's a VHS tape.
Let's check. Felix, what do you think it is? You can say.
His face.
CD tape.
No, it's,
tape.
it is not a CD tape. Oh, my God.
You're so cute.
That's called a VHS.
Oh, VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what that stands for?
What?
I don't.
No, neither do I. Hey, Sheridan, $1,000.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Do you know what a VHS stands for?
I don't know what it stands
No,
for.
neither
I know
do
what it
I.
does.
No.
Let's have a video home system.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. That was a guess. No, I have no idea.
Hey, all thanks to Bank West, $1,000 coming your way. Our good
Thanks
mates.
so much, guys.
No worries. Our good mates at Bank West are going to offload
Oh my
$1,000
gosh.
What
every
is it?
morning. What?
A video home system.
Is it?
Oh, I trust Mum to know.
Oh, you are old, so you should
You
know
are
that.
No,
very
that was a
old.
guess. Guys, I'm not old. I'm a genius.
No, I'm
What
gonna-
about when someone used to tape over your favourite show? Huh?
You
Did
know
you ever-
what?
you
I
know-
taped the Barcelona, I think it was, opening ceremony
did
at
you?
the
Amigos
Olympics.
para siempre.
And I loved watching it all the time. Was that 1996?
Yeah. Yes.
The one before Sydney. Yeah, I loved watching it all the time. And my brother taped over it. And I was so
Oh no.
angry.
Did you pull the little plastic thing off? You know how there was that little square
Oh, the
if you
tab,
pull it
the
off?
safety
Oh
tab.
my God, that's right.
They pull the safety tab off and then no one can record over it.
I used to
Forgot
tape
about
It's a Knockout, and my brother.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's the name of the game.
Oh yeah. Fiona McDonald and
Which one
Billy
was
J.
It's a
Smith.
Knockout?
Where they come out of that little golf buggy and it was like the original gladiators and they'd compete in that giant
In the
castle.
distance, you can hear the sound of the cheer.
That's the theme song.
And the laugh and the roar of the crowd.
Oh my God, this is a symbol that you guys are in your 40s and I'm still in my 30s. Because I've got no idea what you're talking about.
Billy J. Smith.
I think you
Never
might
heard of
be.
him.
I think you
Brown
might be
bread.
brown
Yeah,
bread.
right, okay.
Got knocked
Yeah,
out.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
He's in the golf buggy in the sky. Hey,
Why were they in a golf
I
buggy?
don't know. They didn't have much ground to cover.
He
but
wasn't
it was
the-
a grand
Well,
arrival.
he wasn't
is
the
that
fittest
how they
man.
arrived on the stage?
yeah.
On a golf buggy?
Yeah, he wasn't the fittest man. So, you know.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Yeah. Hats off to you,
to
Billy.
look. Would that be on you? No, that wouldn't be on YouTube.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, absolutely.
People have uploaded their VHS.
Yes.
I really wanted to have a quiet weekend this weekend. I feel like life's been hectic. What?
Oh, we've just been out meeting hundreds of people that listen to the show, getting right across Melbourne. I wouldn't say it's been the quietest
No,
weekend.
I mean like quiet Friday night,
Oh,
Saturday
gotcha.
night.
Not out
I
of
mean
the
like I
town.
don't want to go out of the house.
Mum needs a rest.
As the sun goes down, Lauren goes to bed vibe. That's where I was at this weekend.
Mission accomplished.
And then I got a text from my brother that said, "What are you doing on Saturday?" And I was like, "Well, I'm having a quiet weekend. What's on offer?"
Face mask on.
And he said, "Could you babysit then? Could you take Sienna for Saturday night?" And I was like, "Absolutely, I can, because that is the biggest handbrake of all time." I said, "What time?" And he said, "Between 3 and 6." And I
How
was
old's
like,
Sienna?
"Oh, easy." She is 3.5 months.
Yeah, right.
I was like, "Yeah, sure. Can she come to me, or do I need to go to her? We live very close." He goes, No. I'll bring her to you, no problem.
Hang on. What time were you looking after?
It was like 3:30 till 6:30, but they did not.
Oh,
turn
no.
up.
I'd be wanting to play a home ground, like the baby's home ground advantage,
right.
because all the stuff's there. Otherwise, it gets to 6:30. You're hitting bedtime routine. You've now got to move.
Well, talk to me about a 3.5-month-old. 3.5-month-old. How much maintenance do you need to do in that time?
Well, I didn't think a lot.
Like surely maybe a feed,
Yeah,
a burp.
a nappy change, a sleep.
I mean,
was
that's
like, she'll
probably
nap.
tops. Yeah.
Anyway, they came down, brought baby CC down. I said, "Bring the pram." I'll just it's not one of those. I don't know what babies use. It's not a pram that sits up like a chair. It's like a bed on wheels.
a bassinet,
A
it's
bassinet.
called.
It's a bed on wheels.
It's not a chair. Is that a stroller? A
It's,
chair?
it's
Yeah.
a bassinet. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, so this is like a bed on wheels. So I was like, "Bring that down." And then they've got this, Steph, my sister-in-law, has like a mom backpack that's got
Yes.
every single thing you could ever possibly want or
Yep.
need for a baby. So
Wipes?
I was like,
The
Everything.
cream, nappy rash cream.
well, I don't know, whatever, everything. It's all in there. So they
Valium.
bring her down, and I know they missed out on that. I needed it. And they were like, "She's pretty chill today. She's fine. She's just had a sleep. She's awake. She's had a feed. She's really chill." I'm like, "Great, come down. We'll just hang out." So off they go. They say goodbye. She's happy as a clam. The second they closed the door and walked out of my front door, that kid looked at me and screamed for 2 hours.
Really?
She just, well, not for
Did you take her for a walk?
In the
no,
first thing I
because
would've
she
done.
wouldn't stop crying.
Yeah,
you've got
because if you take her for a walk, she'll stop crying.
Yeah, you've got the bed
Why?
on wheels.
Well, because you've got to do something.
No, but she wants to sit up. She didn't want to lie down. So I managed to get her to sleep. I was like, well, I'm just going to have to get her to sleep because
She
then
just had a sleep.
Then she won't make any noise.
But she just had a sleep.
Well, she went back to sleep in my arms. And then I tried to put her in the bed on wheels, wouldn't have it, didn't want to be put down. So I worked out that she was fine if I was holding her. And she was
Slippery slope.
tired.
That's a slippery
Did you
slope.
hold her
could-
for 3 hours?
Well, they then said, "How's it going?" And I was like, "Totally fine," because I didn't want
You
to
never want to admit defeat.
No.
Never
So they
admit
were
to-
like, "Well, we'll stay out." They got home at
Oh, no. What time?
like 8:30.
Oh.
So
hang
I-
on. So now we're well into the night routine.
Oh, yeah, I've done the bath. No, I haven't done the bath. I didn't do the bath. I was like, I didn't do the bath.
You let the bath blow out till 8:30?
Well, that's not my problem. Not my kid,
No,
not my
fair.
circus,
That's
not my
fair.
monkeys. I fed her. Anyway, so I was like, well, I've got to get dinner. I'm starving. How am I going to cook dinner when you can't put the baby down?
We need
have a-
takeaway.
Have
So
a
I got
hoon on the bottle?
takeaway. But then,
On the bottle.
so I was like, what could I eat with one hand? So I was like, I'll get dumplings. I just thought that would be an easy, like.
Don't drop that on the baby.
Well, that's what so you know what I did?
You can't get the soup ones.
I took her blanket. I
Oh, no.
took her blanket off and I wrapped her in tea towels.
Why? Why?
So
What do you
that
mean?
when I held her, if I dropped the soy on her, it just
It'd absorb.
it went on the tea
Like a
towels instead
napkin?
of the baby blanket. I thought that was a good idea.
You wrapped her up like a leftover.
Yeah, just in tea towels, like a Christmas ham. And her little head was out and she was asleep and I just wrapped her in the tea towels and I couldn't sit down because also anytime I sat down, she opened her eyes and looked at me like, you silly wench, get back on your feet or I'm going to scream.
Question.
What?
Did you take her out of the tea towels and put her back in the blanket before your brother arrived home?
Yeah, I did.
Good.
I didn't want to be shamed, but the tea towel was covered in soy, so it was lucky that I did the tea towel trick.
Now, it's probably as good a time as ever to sell Lauren's babysitting services. You can get in touch with us here at Nova.
You're going to make a great mother.
Amazing mother. Mason Cox in a little bit later on this morning after another big weekend of footy. Nice win for the Cats.
He was also at Live Golf on the weekend.
Oh, was he?
My fiancé Paul flew over to Adelaide for it, and he said, I saw Big Coxie there.
Well, it could have been on a completely different hole and you'd see Cox.
Yeah, no, he said he was partying with Fisher. Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see.
Not my Paul, he's too old for that.
I was about to say, we'll see what
Mason.
condition he is in when he joins us around 8 this morning.
You mentioned the Cats. Geez, they're the ones to beat. 7-0. That victory over the Blues.
Unbelievable.
87,000 at the
Big
MCG.
crowd at the MCG for the Cats home game, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some people
Jeremy
said,
Cameron's a legend, isn't he?
He's cool.
I read a headline this morning that said he's the closest thing to Buddy that we've seen in a long time, which is saying something.
What was the problem? Blues just left their run too late?
Blues just kept coming and they couldn't quite.
The Cats are very good.
Yeah,
they're a
on
very
fire.
good
Nose
team.
in front.
They are the team to beat, but anyway, more on the footy later on when Mason joins us. We had a huge weekend. We were out and about right across Melbourne. Saturday, we were at the South Melbourne markets. Then yesterday, we hit up the Frankston foreshore.
Oh my gosh. Can I just say thank you so much to everybody who came down and said, hey, I was a little overwhelmed how many people
Yeah, it was
were there.
huge.
Thank you. We loved meeting you all. We actually, we don't get a chance to get out of the studio very often to actually meet the people that listen to this show, and it was so awesome. So thank you to everyone who came down and said, hey.
All you have to do is come up, shake our hand, say hey. Every 100th person wins $100. Every 1,000th wins $1,000. And we are getting very close to meeting the 10,000th person who will pocket 10K. But this is how the weekend went down. We've just had another 100 go off at South Melbourne Markets. Becky, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Oh, no.
Are you serious?
You've just won 100.
Oh, my
What's your
God.
name?
Amy.
Brittany, can you introduce us to our youngest $100 winner?
You can say this is Fletcher. What do you say, bud?
Bye.
Hey!
Say it again. You can say, hey.
Hey.
Boom!
He said hey for 10K and just won $100. Fletcher, what are you going to do
buddy.
with $100, do you think, Mum?
What's he into?
Dinosaurs? Reckon? Dinosaurs?
Hello, John.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, mate, thanks for coming down to South Melbourne Markets to meet us.
Jace just said,
Thanks for having me.
gee, you look fresh this morning.
And what did you
I
reply?
was like, I haven't been home from the clubs yet. I'm on my way home from one night stand. Hungover as F.
Did we sneak out or did they know you left?
I sneaked out. This is my excuse. I got to go see Jason Lauren.
What's your name?
Check Albert.
Mate, if you could see the look on the people next in line. Oh, you made that little girl cry.
Congratulations, $1,000. That's not bad for a Saturday morning.
How is that? It's pretty good. How good's that?
What are you going to drop the cash on?
Oh, maybe Carlton tonight.
Oh, no.
What a way to waste it.
Gamble responsibly.
What a way to waste it.
Let's ask is this your partner?
Yes.
What's your name?
Steph.
He's got the idea of dropping the K on Carlton tonight.
We're going straight to the Gucci store.
And we are back out again today. A little bit later on in the show, we'll give you all the details on whereabouts you can find us.
It's so funny how different people want to spend their money on different things.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in couples when one wins.
I know,
Yeah,
that poor guy thought he had a say. That's so
Bit of a juxtaposition there between Carlton and Gucci.
Peter Alexander, you want to talk about powerful female singers?
Oh, my gosh. I love her so much.
She played to a sellout crowd at the Corner Hotel over the weekend. She's going to be joining us after 7 this morning.
She's my girl crush.
Yeah, I went down a full rabbit hole stalk on the weekend too.
Oh, did you? A bit much. Did you
On
give her
her
a follow?
socials.
Yeah, these fat little fingers almost accidentally hit the like button.
No, that's good. You should like her.
No, I
We
meant on one of the earlier photos.
Oh, like from 20 years
How
ago.
deep were you?
I was
Oh,
You were deep in the Insta
embarrassing.
stalk. Actually, someone's little fat fingers liked some of my posts yesterday, which I was
Yes.
very surprised
I
about.
did see that.
It's like a little ex-boyfriend slipping into your
I did
DMs.
see
I
that.
posted about it.
Hey,
Did you feel
If you're
dirty?
wondering who, go and have a look.
we were just talking about our Say Hey to Win 10K, where we're getting out across Melbourne. How's this? We were pretty much someone's alibi that we found out on the weekend. We were the cover story when we met this guy at South Melbourne Markets. Hello, John.
Hello, how are you?
Hey, mate, thanks for coming down to South Melbourne Markets to meet us.
Jace just said,
Thanks for having me.
gee, you look fresh this morning.
And what did you reply?
I was like, I haven't been home from the clubs yet. I'm on my way home from one night stand. hungover as F.
Did we sneak out or did they know you left?
I sneaked out. This was my excuse. I got to go see Jason Lauren.
He told the person.
Well, because he was quite well dressed for a Sunday morning. Like, he wasn't in his leisure wear like most people. He was in like a proper dress shirt.
So he'd done the clubs, met someone in the club, went home, and then commando rolled out of bed.
Told them, I have to leave because Jason Lauren are down at South Melbourne Markets. We were the cover story. And he asked for a photo that he could text the girl to show, hey, I wasn't lying.
Did he say he wanted to get out of there or he wanted to meet you? Like,
That's my question. What's your ruling on on staying over on a one-night stand? Do you stay or go?
No.
Really? Oh, you leave?
It's been a minute since I've had a one-night stand.
See, my rule is...
You are... I was going to say, use a bad expression, but you're out of there.
Really?
Don't you like the cuddles? I'm getting itchy talking about this, thinking about
so what? You will leave every time.
Don't you like being Big Spoon?
No, especially...
You know what? Clint would leave his socks on just so he's half
too
ready
early,
to go.
If it's like morning and you have to go, would you like me to nip down and get a coffee? Like, that's the worst.
Oh, that's not a one-night stand then. You're staying for breakfast. You might as well stay for lunch and
How
dinner.
often are you going and getting coffees, Clint?
It's been a while, Jace.
See, my rule is
How do you get back in when you get a coffee? Do you have to ring the doorbell?
Yeah, you have to,
It's so embarrassing.
me.
Just take my keys.
Oh! And then you're standing there like a nuffy trying every key at the door because you don't know which one it is. Just leave the door open. Let the dog run away.
I would get them to spend the night if they came back to mine.
I can't even think about you having one of those.
If I went to theirs,
Dad, stop it.
If I went to theirs, I'd be out of there because I don't know what I'm waking up to.
Oh yeah, you don't want to
Do
be
they
in
live with
someone
their
else's
parents?
house.
But like, flatmates? Oh no, thanks.
What about?
Imagine the
What about when you are?
I've done breakfast
when
with the
you
parents
are
the
in
next day.
situ.
That's
So,
bad.
hang on, sorry, what? What'd you just say?
I said I once stayed at a friend's house. Well,
No. What did you just say?
and I woke up and his parents were there and we all had breakfast.
Oh wow!
What?
Oh wow!
Well, I knew him from a long time ago. He'd moved overseas and he'd come back temporarily.
Like, was it a bowl of Nutri-Grain or did you go down to
Get some hash browns. Did you go to the coffee club
Domain
altogether?
Road.
I think I
to
just had a
Gilson.
coffee and then was like, I think he drove me home. What a gentleman. Okay, that's enough.
What?
13.
Information on me. It was very, very
It's
rare
all
thing
awkward.
for me to do.
What about
And we knew each other.
what about when you get up in the middle of the night and you're in foreign territory and you got to try and find the toilet?
Oh.
Where is it? Where is it?
You got to wake him. Excuse me, sorry. Where?
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I'd hold on until I got home.
13,
Because I'd be too
24,
embarrassed to
10.
ask.
Hang on,
But
hang
what
on.
about when you can't find something?
Hang on.
You're like, where's,
Glass of water.
or where's my shoes? And I want to go and it's dark.
Can I borrow your
Oh,
charger?
that's your shirt.
I need your charger.
Oh, your undies.
People leave things all the time. Can I borrow your charger? I need to book an Uber. My phone's
that's the
dead.
worst.
My phone's out of battery. I can't get out of here.
And then you plug it in, you got to wait for it to charge before you get out of the
3 or 4 minutes,
2
until
minutes.
it flashes
Feels like
up.
a lifetime.
That little apple. There it is. Quick.
I'm out.
No, I've had girlfriends leave things at people's houses and they're like, I've got to go back over there and get my whatever they've left. I'm like, no, that's theirs now. You
Yeah.
can't go back
Ever.
unless you're planning on making it a 2-night stand.
God, I'd purposely leave stuff in the hope of a callback.
Yeah, we know when you leave things deliberately also.
13, 24, 10. What's the ruling on a one-night stand? Do you stay or do you leave? And maybe you're talking from past experience. Maybe it was a bloody awkward ending for you. 13, 24, 10. What's the ruling on a one-night stand?
Oh,
Would
do you
feel,
stay or leave?
Would you feel more comfortable wearing the white shorts or the blue shorts?
Oh,
What does
home
that
or
mean?
away?
Home or away?
home
Oh,
game
no,
or away
I
game.
want it at home.
Yeah.
I don't like surprises.
So how do you get rid of?
Well, yeah, because also you just don't know their facilities.
That's the thing. And I don't know who else is there. I don't want to meet a flatmate.
Where were these sheets last? Like, I know that my house is clean. I don't know what else has happened in someone else's house.
What about
The one
But also,
time.
I've been
You're
the
gonna love
housemate
this.
many times when my housemates have had one-night stands and I've been up in the morning and I'm like, morning.
Yeah, imagine
So
meeting
smug.
her in the morning.
Hello.
I once, the one time I spent a night at an away game,
yes.
The one time.
White shorts.
I woke up the next morning.
What?
She asked me to help build an IKEA cabinet before I went home.
Oh, my God. I mean, it's cheaper than an air task. That was her game plan all along.
13, 24,
Just
10.
to sleep with you.
Well, they're a bitch to build those things. 13, 24, 10. Where do you sit on a one-night stand? Do you play away or home? Do you have to leave or can you stay? Give us a call. We are talking one-night stands. Do you stay or do you go? We are currently...
Sleepover or what do you mean? Just
like after...
Sneak out in the middle of the night?
Yeah, after the game. Do you go, look, thanks for having me. I got to go.
Game.
Our executive producer, The Thumb, was asked to leave straight after the match, he was telling me just before.
Oh, no. What? Someone
Just
said,
get out.
okay, I'm done with you now.
Yeah,
Bye.
they said, hey, my parents will be up soon.
Oh, they went back to Mum and Dad's house.
Can you get your
I
stuff
don't
and
think
go?
I would be having a one-night stand at my parents' house. I just don't think I could do that.
I think this was like a granny flat situation, so it was removed. But they had to
that's
go
okay.
But they had to go through the house to leave.
No,
Yeah, tiptoeing through the house.
no way. With Dad coming down the stairs, no thanks. Thinking you're a home intruder.
This all came about because we're currently doing our Say Hey to Win 10K, where we're going out shaking hands and meeting people and offloading money. There was a bloke that met us at South Melbourne Markets on Saturday morning that said, hey, I've come down to get a photo with you guys because I've used you as the excuse to get out of a one-night stand.
Because you said to him he was very well dressed to be at the South Melbourne Market because he was in like a proper dress shirt and he
Just-
looked nice.
Just for clarity,
Hadn't been home.
he'd had the one-night stand.
Had the one-night
He
stand.
needed to get out of the sort of the morning
The bunker,
after type
yep.
stuff.
And said, hey, I've got to go meet
that
Case and Lauren.
awkward chat.
When she said, do you want to go for breakfast? I was like,
No, thank you.
Let's go to Roe in Cranbourne. Morning, mate. One-night stand. Do you stay or leave?
Morning, guys. One-night stand. You leave the following day.
You
The
leave
following
at
day.
Stand. Yeah, like in the morning.
Yeah, so you stay for the
You still
cuddles.
just sleep, yeah. Yeah, sleep and cuddle and leave as early as possible in the morning. You don't want to interact with the family.
No. So that's like
see-
sun up.
But see, I agree.
No, you definitely don't want to interact with the family.
Roe, how'd your last one go?
Yeah. It wasn't the best one, so pretty much after the clubbing, we decided to go back to her house. We did everything, and I was too drunk to go anywhere. I was like, hey, is that all right if I just stay the night? She goes, yeah, just sleep. Just in the morning, leave. I'm like, beautiful. I woke up 6:30 in the morning. I'm like, hey, I'm going to go now. She goes, yeah. I'm like, is your family awake? She goes, no, it's Sunday. No one's awake. As I'm walking down the stairs,
Oh, no.
and Mum was in the kitchen.
Good morning.
How was the conversation with Mum? Did she know you were there?
No, she goes, oh, are you Lawrence's new boyfriend? I'm like,
Whoa.
oh, I don't know.
Just say yes. Yes, I am. Yes, thanks. Yes, I am. Nice to meet you. I'll see you at Christmas. Bye.
Also, sorry, I would like an escort out of the house.
Oh. Yes. Yeah, I know
Oh,
you need
no,
to.
because then
you
you've got to
can't-
do the weird kiss goodbye or in front of Mum. Nope. No, you haven't brushed your teeth. And then you're standing awkwardly at the front gate
I've
with
got it.
not the love of your life thinking, oh,
I've got a
no.
shocking kiss goodbye moment, which we'll get to in a sec. First, though, this one's horrific.
Sab from Pakenham, good morning.
Morning.
What happened to you?
So I actually met my partner via that situation.
Oh, great. Yep.
He went to leave in the morning and Ubers were surged by 10 and I was like, oh, I wouldn't pay that. You can stay for brekkie until it goes down.
And then you stayed together?
Yeah, we're still together now. I've been together 5 years.
So thanks to an Uber surge, you found the love of your life.
Yep.
A tight ass. Who didn't want to pay the 10%.
Lauren would have bought shares in the company to get out of there.
Should have bought him a car.
Yeah. Justin, on 13, 24, 10, one night stands. Where do you sit?
Hey.
Yeah, so my usual end game was I would always sneak out at the night, but the last one night stand I had was a very light sleeper. I got caught, got made to stay the night. We had breakfast, and now 10 years later we're married and bought a house.
Oh, my gosh, she was a stage 5 clinger.
Congratulations to be made to stay the night.
You fell into that trap,
Wow.
didn't you, Justin?
Yeah, jury's still out if I'm going to stick around for too long, but
Justin.
He's joking.
Oh, good. How long have you been together?
I'm joking.
How long have you been together?
Sorry, what was that? 10 years.
Oh, well done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I don't know. One night stands freak me out.
It
Are
also-
people doing them like
I was-
back-to-back weekends? Is it like one after another?
Well, not everyone, Lauren. No. I think it depends where you're going as well.
People try to do them back to back.
The
And
quality.
do you know going into the first kiss that it's going to be a one-night stand? Or are
Absolutely.
you like,
Absolutely.
oh, just, I really like
you
her?
know.
Oh, you know, do you?
Also, it depends on it depends on the establishment. Oh yeah, you've got a story.
I offered to drop a girl home the next morning.
Well, that's very nice of you, but so awkward.
But then as we were driving along, she started to remove her shoe in a panic. And I'm like, what's going on here? Just as we're pulling into her street.
Taking her shoes off?
Yep. And then she...
Don't.
What happened?
Don't.
What's wrong with her feet?
She then took her sock off and vomited into it. Just as we were pulling into the driveway.
Well, that's one way to get out of kissing you.
And then...
She didn't... Don't tell me she went in for...
She was holding the sock in her left hand.
Like an aeroplane vomit
Yes,
bag.
yep. And leaned over the centre console to say, well, thanks for the lift home.
Did she wipe her
Was
mouth?
it a socket or like
no,
a
it was
sports
she was a
sock?
full sports sock.
Did you kiss her back?
Doesn't matter how the
Did
story
you
is.
kiss her back?
Yeah, I did anything to get out. Not a passionate kiss, just a pick on the
You
cheek.
kissed her after she
On
spumanted
the
in your
cheek.
car in her sock.
On the I was like, thanks again. Don't
I would
don't
have
spill your
pushed
sock.
her out of the car.
Did it last with vomit lips?
No, we didn't see each
Is
other
this
again.
your wife?
Good morning, Melbourne. Yep, what a day for it. Imagine that. You're driving into work going, here we go, about to start another week. And then you find out later on today you've won a first-class trip overseas and $50,000 cash.
With a friend as well.
That would be
2
nice.
tickets.
Nova's first class and 50K. Today is the day. Final
I think
chance.
I would drive straight to the airport and say, can I get on my plane now?
Absolutely.
And I would come back when I had spent all 50,000 of those dollars.
I would beg for that little announcement where they go, no, air traffic control has slowed us down. Unfortunately, we're going to have to just do a couple of U's up here.
Cut a few laps.
You just sit in the first class seat. Ding! I'll have another champagne, please.
Mate, I would be like, just keep up in the air until the plane runs out of fuel.
Yeah, no,
just
land
get
before
us
that.
on the ground.
Okay,
Just,
you know what I mean.
just a little bit of fuel left in
Gotcha.
the tank.
Just enough. We're running on fumes. All right, so
how good.
Get on the air today here at Nova. You go in the running for first class and 50K. Today is your final chance, Melbourne. We've got a huge hour on the way. We're going to be catching up with Mason Cox a little bit later on. Huge win for the Cats on the weekend. Is that 7 in a row now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Top of the ladder.
Go Cats.
They are killing it. But apart from the footy, live music is on fire here in Melbourne, and Friday night was another sellout crowd at the Corner Hotel.
The Corner Hotel is one of the best live music spots in Melbourne. And I'm so excited about our next guest. She's my girl crush at the moment. She is an absolute beauty. If you haven't heard her album, you must. Her name is Keita Alexander.
All right, let's catch up with her.
Introducing our next guest. She's an Aussie singer-songwriter who was found by Fisher when he went fishing for some new hooks. These hooks were so good that they debuted their collab at Coachella. Please welcome to the show, up-and-coming superstar Keita Alexander. Woo!
She joins us now. Keita, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so excited to have you in Melbourne. Now, Keita's a girlfriend of mine, but also I'm a huge fan of Keita's music. I
Are
mean,
you really?
when you listen to this album, you cannot turn it off. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Is Lauren the oldest person at the show? Or?
No, Paul was there.
No.
Congrats on the album
Thank
release.
you.
How are you feeling about it all? You're just coming off the back of a sold out first tour.
Yeah, it's been amazing. I honestly couldn't have asked for a better lead into the album and then, immediate post-album kind of tour and everything. So it's been really fun. I didn't realize how much effort went into everything around an album release because I've only ever done EPs, but it's been fun and it's been exhausting at the same time. But
so good.
I'm embracing it and just having the best time ever.
You know
Is this
what?
just living the dream for you?
Yeah, it is. I've got 2 kids at home and a husband at home, and I'm out here being a pop star, so it's fun.
That's what I was going to say. It's like at 26, we really needed to get our life in order a lot earlier, didn't we, Loz?
Yeah.
At 26, married, 2 young kids, album and a tour. You are killing it, man.
Thank you. It feels really awesome. It feels in my soul, it feels right.
Absolutely. How do you juggle it all?
I've got help. We've got help.
Yeah,
I couldn't
right.
do it without Owen obviously retiring from his tour.
Right.
But then
This
we
is
also
your
have a
husband,
friend-
and what's his background?
He's
He was a
surfer.
So Owen Wright's one of Australia's best ever surfers.
Yeah.
Right.
So you spent years on the tour
His
with
tour,
him.
yeah.
And now it's his turn to support you on tour.
Yeah, when we met before we even had kids, I was like, do I want to be like playing late night shows and
Yeah.
having like
Yeah.
the party lifestyle, or do I want to be waking up early and like seeing beautiful parts of the world? So we kind of pivoted to his tour. We fell pregnant quite early on,
Yeah,
but
right.
I mean, that was kind of the adjustment of going, no, that's a healthier lifestyle. And then he retired, and I was like, all right, let's have fun. Let's go
Yeah,
do more
right.
So you
stuff.
always wanted to be a singer and a performer, but you put
Yeah.
all of that on hold
Yeah.
to support him and to be
yeah.
a mum.
Yeah, when I met him, I was releasing music, and he knew who I was, and I knew who he was. But yeah, I did put it on hold, and I was still releasing music. I just wasn't touring, and I wasn't doing this. I wasn't doing promo. I was just
Yeah. But now it's your turn to shine. I love it when like, right, Dad, you're the parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my time now.
Yeah.
And can I just say, when Owen's at a show, we all, he's tall. He's built like a surfer. He's tall and he's lean, and he stands head and shoulders above
Yeah.
everyone else.
Be an ugly lad too with his little
With
tan and everything.
The biggest smile you've ever seen. You've never seen a prouder husband. Am I right? Do you see him when you're on stage?
Yes. No, I have like, so my like we've got a mic on stage that not the crowd can hear, but like my guitarist would be like, look at Owen. And I'm like, I can't. He's so like in my face. I can't.
Just
He's the
wait
cutest.
for the meet and greet, champ.
Yeah. No,
We
they're
all-
like, look at him. He's so funny.
We all went to Taylor Swift together, and I gave Owen some like love heart sunglasses,
Brilliant, yep.
thinking that he'd just pose for a photo in them and get rid of them. He wore them all night.
Are
Didn't
they
take them off.
Are they the ones you bought in bulk?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
gave them
yeah.
out at work?
Pull them out at all special occasions.
Did we give him back?
She doesn't need to. She had to
I've
buy a
got
pack of
heaps.
50.
I've got heaps.
She was just trying to buy like one set for herself.
Oh
She's
my
like,
God.
Amazon would only do a pack of 50.
Oh, and
Hey,
the
but Peter, people who might not have heard the album yet, I would dare say they've heard your collaboration with Fisher, because that just took you to another level. Atmosphere. How did that come about?
Well, we're friends with Fish. He used to be a surfer. Owen's been telling him for a while, like, you should work with my wife. And as a friend would do and say, yeah, sure. Like,
Yeah,
of
yeah,
course
yeah.
I'm going to work with your wife. But we went out to dinner. It was a friend's birthday dinner. And I was like, please send me some tracks. Like, we're friends, but just send them to me. I feel like I could do something really great. I had them for a couple of weeks. I got like 8 and I wrote to 4. And I sent them off to him and I said, I tried to do the typical Fish thing that he would like, and then I did what I would do, and that was Atmosphere, and he loved it. And obviously our mutual friends are obsessed when they all heard it. And
Yeah. Well, then he debuted at Coachella.
Yeah.
That's
in front
pretty
of
cool.
like
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of people.
This time a year ago, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And as friends, well, like I remember seeing your video because you weren't there, but she was watching the live stream of him play it, and she was like, "Oh my God, he's playing my song! He's playing my song!"
Well, he gave me a heads up, right? He said, I want to play it. Can you write a second verse? And I was like, sure, I'll quickly run and write you a second verse.
Yeah.
Not really thinking he'd played at Coachella. And he was 3/4 of the way through the set. And I was like, oh, it's not happening.
Yeah,
if you're
right.
going to play a new song, you're not going to play it at the bangers section of your set. And he played it. And I was genuinely shocked.
Oh my God.
Were there any other mums at school having their songs played at Coachella?
No, I do. Yeah, I do have some pretty cool cred.
Hey, congratulations. As friends, we're all so proud of you.
Oh,
Watching you hustle is amazing. So good on you. I'm glad you're selling out tours, selling out merch. We love the album. Congratulations.
Thanks, guys.
St Kilda looking a little bit crispy this morning. To see someone lit all the palm trees on fire last
yeah,
night.
they're not exactly sure what happened.
Why on
Suspected
earth would you
arson.
do that?
I know.
Seriously.
Because it was
Down near
beautiful
there.
along there.
Where all the very expensive boats are. It was down there.
I mean, if it was further down, you'd be like, oh, were the rich people baiting the trees?
Yes.
You know
No,
how
they're
they
not
do-
blocking the view. It was the palm. It was
I
those
know.
beautiful palm trees that have been there forever.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Down
Crazy.
near the marina there.
Nuts.
Two of your friends turned first responders, Adam and Simon from Gogglebox.
Really?
They were down there videoing it.
Were they first responders or were they? I saw them putting it on Instagram. Did
They
they?
might have been doing a drive-by, maybe.
Did they get out now?
Putting them out with their coloured
Splashing
socks.
the ocean water.
So on Saturday night, I won't say where we headed, but we went out on date night for
I know where you went.
our 12th year wedding anniversary.
Good choice.
Food was amazing.
Mhm.
Louis and I got dressed up. The mother-in-law.
She came?
She's
No.
still here.
No. She was in town.
Wendy?
She looked after the kids.
Is Wendy moving in? She's been here for quite some time.
No, the mother-in-law is not moving
She
in.
should move in.
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
she's
You love it
welcome
when Wendy's
She's
there.
actually flying out as we speak. There's no delays at the airport today, is there, Clint?
I don't believe so, Jace.
Thank God. So she's airborne, leaving Melbourne as we speak. But
Of
she
course, you put her on the first flight, like the 6 a.m.
What's
See
the
you, Wendy.
So Saturday night, Louis and I went out to celebrate our 12th year wedding anniversary. God love Lou.
Congratulations.
She gave me, my gift was she gave me a bottle of wine for every year that I've remembered our anniversary.
So what did you get?
I got 4 bottles out of the 12.
I mean, that's a quarter. Not bad.
Thank you.
She could have bought you a box, though.
Not
just
so bad.
Round it up.
Now, last week, you turned up on Friday or Thursday with flowers and a whole song and dance, and you got the day wrong. You were early.
Yeah.
So did you have to get another present for the correct day?
No, I didn't. We were pretty cash about it. When we went to dinner, though, Lou thinks I'm high maintenance. I don't think I am.
Oh.
We're on the way to
that
dinner.
makes three of us, doesn't it, Clint?
When it comes to a menu, you are high maintenance.
Well, I looked at the menu before we got there because I'm quite. Well, I'm quite.
No, he didn't look at the menu before he went there. He made me, because I've been to this restaurant before, he made me sit with him and break down every single item on the menu, including the snack bites.
I get social.
Snack bites.
I get menu anxiety. I'm quite fussy with food, so I'm just like, I don't want any surprises. Anyway, we got there, beautiful restaurant.
I wouldn't call it menu anxiety.
The waiter was fantastic. We had a beautiful night. Lou looked amazing. And then she goes, have you had a great evening? And I said, yeah. And Lou goes, would you come back? And I'm like, I didn't like the chairs.
You said this to the waiter?
No.
Oh.
Just to my wife.
Oh.
You said it to me too.
Yeah.
I got the feedback about the chairs.
The chairs in the restaurant.
Too hard.
Beautiful restaurant, amazing view, food court chairs.
Now,
plastic?
No, it was like that
plastic.
hard wooden chair. Oh. Like not comfortable.
Now, I don't think you're alone in this, because when Jace told me, I was like, oh, my Paul is a chairman. He is fussy about chairs and tables. And we've walked into restaurants before and he is like, hell no, and done a U-turn and walked straight back out. He's like, these chairs are no good.
My other one is lighting. I don't like a bright restaurant.
You don't want to be under a downlight.
No.
Especially not on your anniversary when you're
I need lighting on my
trying
side.
to remind your wife how much she loves you.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't put me in a downlight. Don't put the big boy in a downlight.
No, I like a dimly lit restaurant.
Yes.
A candle.
Who's this silhouette I'm married to? I want my wife thinking.
Yeah, you want soft lighting.
Yes.
Yes. I forgot how handsome you were in the very dark, soft candlelight. But chairs are a big thing.
So
I know what you mean. They're like the bentwood chairs, like those wooden.
Yes. Does Paul fit on them?
Yeah.
Like, because he's quite a stocky
he's wide.
guy.
He's broad. That's probably a nice way to put it. But I told you, we've just bought a new dining room table and I had these beautiful chairs ready to go. And I said to him, before I pay the deposit on these chairs, come and do a sit test. He said no.
Yeah.
And then we had to go and get different chairs.
Beautiful restaurant. I don't know if I'd go back, but I'd probably take my own chair.
Do they have?
Oh my God! Imagine Jace turning up to dinner with one of those inflatable donuts to sit on, like he's just had an operation.
Or like a cab driver
cushion.
getting out the beaded seat cover and putting it down.
Bosu ball, like the pregnancy ball.
Yes. Bouncing up and
Have
down.
you ever taken your own cushion to a restaurant?
No, that's rock bottom.
Do you take your own pillow when you fly? Even
No,
to
but
Sydney?
you know what I did the other way? Oh.
I could see you with your own
what have
pillow
you
on a
done?
flight to Sydney.
I took my kids to the movies the other day and we packed a blanket.
A blankie?
A blanket?
Like a nice
A weighted blanket?
like a nice blanket in my kid's backpack. So we got in there, we folded out the blanket, laid back in the chairs.
The three of you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad.
What sort of blanket? What sort of blanket? And was it for you or the children?
No, it was more for the kids, but I was like, chuck me
Was
a
it
corner.
fluffy?
Yeah, it was like
You
what
took a fluffy blanket.
like what you would throw over yourself if you're watching a movie at home.
At home?
But what? Yeah.
At home, Jace?
Did you wear your pajamas
No,
as well?
no, we chucked it in the backpack. We only pulled it out when the lights went down. And then when I could see the credits coming, I started packing up the blanket. Am I weird?
You might as well take 3 sleeping bags next time.
Jason Lawrence. Say hey for 10K.
Well, good morning, Melbourne. Yes, over the last week, Lauren, myself and Clint have been getting out and about every day right across this fine city, all different parts, meeting as many of you as we can. In return, all you have to do is say hey, and you could win 10K. Every 100th person we shake hands with wins $100. Every 1,000th person wins $1,000. And we are getting so close to the 10,000th person, and they will pocket $10,000. I actually thought it was going to go off yesterday in Frankston.
I know, so did I. We've met so many people. I can't believe we're not at 10,000 yet, but it must be coming up.
We should point out, we don't know the official number.
No, because Jace can't count and I can't be trusted.
Yep, so together we're a mess.
So we have an official counter.
A clicker.
Yes.
Who doesn't... A few people have messaged me saying, how do you keep counting? I say, well, we don't.
No, we
There is
hired
an
this
official
guy
there.
who
Can you
normally
imagine us?
mans the
Imagine
door
us.
mans the door at Rebs, and he's got his little clicker. And so
Yeah.
every time we shake hands and say hey to someone, they click away, and then they just grab us and go, that was 1,000.
Yes.
Now, we've offloaded thousands of dollars. We
Thousands
are
and
getting
thousands.
close to the 10K one. today we are back on the streets. Loz, where are we heading?
We are heading to Northcote. We're going north. So we'll be right near the corner of High Street and Separation Street. It's just sort of near Northcote Plaza. Also, shout out to Northcote Plaza Official on Instagram, one of the great Instagram pages to follow.
Have you seen that page?
But it's just
Do they
near
take
those
the
two corners.
P15S?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
I love those ones.
Yeah.
So there's Northcote Central there, lots of different restaurants, cafes. There's some decent parking around there too. So come down, say hey, and win yourself some cash.
Some of the posts.
What have they done?
Incredible.
Northcote Plaza Official.
Well, there's the photo of the public toilet. That has,
the amenities.
Yep, that has 2 pregnancy tests sitting on the floor.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay.
The best is the toaster plugged into the wall just on the floor with a tub of Nutella. Someone was hungry. They wanted to eat right there and
toaster.
then.
Yes.
Communal toaster.
In the shopping
All the
centre.
facilities.
It's definitely worth having a look.
So
I
look-
think, sadly, Time to Eat has closed down. It's spelled Tyme.
Oh,
Time to Eat Cafe. I think that's closed down at Northcote Plaza.
Now, look.
But we will be just in that little area around there. You'll see us. We'll have our supernovas down there. Come and say hey.
12 o'clock till 1 o'clock.
Lunchtime.
That is the 1 hour window. And today could be the day that $10,000 goes off. So come down, say hey, shake our hand.
Yes.
And you could be walking away with $10,000. 12 o'clock today is when it is happening.
Let's do it.
Hey, coming up next, guys, Melbourne Whispers. If you are sitting on a rumour here in Melbourne, 13 24 10 is our number.
I've got a good one.
So do I. I've got details of a simmering TV feud.
Oh.
Speaking of whispers, there is something from our past coming back here in Melbourne that we are going to love. You'll hear about it in our Melbourne Whispers coming up next. Coming up after 8 o'clock this morning, we are talking footy. Mason Cox will be in the house. I'd like his opinion on the old extra time after the Anzac Day match.
Yeah.
There's a few Collingwood supporters we met at Frankston yesterday that were all up for just an extra 5 minutes.
He's an American, though. He's going to want extra time, isn't he?
Well, don't put words in his mouth. You
Yes.
can ask him when he
okay.
walks on in.
All right.
Yes, thank you.
I don't know many footballers who have played in a draw in a huge game like that wouldn't
Yeah.
say we'd love a result, though.
All right, Coxie joining us after 8 this morning.
Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something that you might like, dear. Melbourne Whispers.
Are you sitting on a cracking rumour? Something going down in Melbourne that you know about that most of us won't? Give us a call, 13 24 10. You can remain completely anonymous. Melbourne Whispers, what have we heard this week, guys?
Well, I heard a good one. Not confirmed, but I had a whole bunch of friends that went to live golf in Adelaide on the weekend that said
Yes.
it was amazing. Apparently 2027 live golf in Melbourne because the President's Cup is in Melbourne in 2028. It is coming to Melbourne. That's obviously every second year. If you're a golf fan, you would know that. And live golf, which looked amazing in Adelaide, 2027 here in Melbourne is the rumour.
Jeez, because Adelaide does it very well. They'd be very unhappy to lose it.
Sorry,
I
executive
know.
producer, the thumb, yes.
I have a friend that works at Golf Australia, and I can confirm that Melbourne are putting in a bid for live golf.
How good would it be? It looked amazing. I'm not even into golf, and I wanted to be there.
I know. I was hoping for a hole-in-one on the party hole, though.
yeah.
I know. Did it happen last year?
Yeah, last
Yeah.
year it happened and the place went off.
So Paul, my fiance, was there, and I said, "How was the party hole? All the other holes quiet?" And he was like, "Oh no, it's like a party at every hole.
Oh,
That
really?
one's like extra party."
Ah,
Yeah.
right.
Jeez. Yeah, that's a lot. Hey, I like something out of Anchorman.
Oh,
There's, when the warring TV stations come together.
Morning Wars is one of the greatest shows of all time.
There's a little, would I say it's a feud? There's something bubbling below the surface when it comes to TV news and two very, very prominent sports presenters. And it's not me.
Oh, Tony Jones,
It'll be TJ, for
Chompers.
sure.
Who's he fighting with
Chompers
now?
and who? Who's he taking on?
And a rival at Channel 7.
Who's it? I only watch 9 News.
Who's that lady I love?
Jane
Oh,
Barn.
no. He used to play
Channel 7.
He used to play
BT.
No, he used to play for the Essendon Football Club.
BT.
Tim
Tim Watson. Thank
So
you.
basically,
My money's on TJ. He'd fight dirty.
oh, yeah, same.
Yeah, he would scratch his
I've
eyes
been in
out.
the blue with TJ. He's good at it.
Yeah.
What's the
No.
rumour?
Look, basically, from what I can ascertain, they were at the footy doing the news.
Right.
And TJ sort of just taking the piss a little bit. He
Yeah.
asked him for a selfie. And look, I'm no lip reader, but the people I'm gathering this intel from suggest that the words that came out of Tim Watson's mouth, it wasn't no sorry, TJ.
Yeah, right.
It was something a little bit
right.
more.
So no photo for him.
No photo. No
photo for him.
Oh, it's Tim Watson didn't like it.
They are, yep.
And are they actually feuding?
I reckon it's a feud.
Should we put them in a boxing ring? Like, you know how the AFL players went to
corporate
gather
boxing.
around
Yes.
and they did the boxing?
Yes.
TJ v Tim.
And then we'll
Watson.
chuck Clinton against Jane Bunn.
No.
Jane Bunn. She would clean the floor with you.
Jane Bunn. No, they're weather people.
No.
You need to go against another sports.
Yes.
You could be the ring girl holding up the rounds, I reckon, in that feud.
All right, we've got more coming in. 13 24 10 if you're sitting on a rumour here in Melbourne. Melbourne Whispers. Just quickly, what's something from the past that is back here in Melbourne?
This actually happened to my mum, and so she lives in Bayside, and a Bayside girl through and through, and she went to like a local family-owned petrol station, and because she had to fill up, and as she went to fill up, the attendant came out and said, "I'll do that for you." So she sat in the car while the attendant filled up her car for her.
I would drive Bayside to do that.
Where is it?
I believe it's in McKinnon somewhere.
Right, so an old school petrol station, you don't have to get out of the car anymore.
There was
That's
one in
cool.
Glen Waverley that used to do that. but
Really?
They don't do it anymore.
All right,
Bring it
let's-
back, I say.
Let's go to the phones, 13 24 10 if you are sitting on a rumour.
Simon from Carrum Downs, good morning. Have you got a rumour about this great city of ours?
Good morning. I do. I have a mate who works in the live entertainment industry. He works with some of the big event promoters. He told me that Justin Bieber is planning a run of concerts in Australia, either like next year or the year after.
So Bieber's the next big act.
It is weird how they announce them like 2 years in advance.
Well, they've got to book the venues. Also, you've seen flights at the moment. The minute you add baggage on and everything, it's quite expensive.
Those drum kits will cost you.
Yep.
But am I right or wrong? Bieber was meant to come here but had to cancel because he
That
got
was-
crook.
He got the Bell's palsy.
That's right, he did too. Well, that'd be good to see him back.
Yeah, he's been posting some very strange things on social media recently.
What's he been doing?
He was putting up
What's his
photos of
flavour?
him like just with no context of just tears like streaming down his face.
Oh.
There's been some concern about
Little
what that
cry
meant.
for help.
Maybe.
Amanda, Ian Bowie, what do you got for us?
The current US version of The Bachelor is being filmed in Melbourne.
The US one?
The US version.
Really?
Whereabouts?
A different location, but they have been sighted out in Werribee.
Oh.
Is this the... What,
At the zoo or the sewage plant? Because we wouldn't want to show that off.
Not the Silver Spoon. What do they call that? They're doing an old version in the
Like
US.
Silver Fox?
That's the one. Yeah, where it's
Are
like...
they?
Yeah, where it's like a 70... Or not 70, probably 50,
Silver
60-year-old.
Fox?
Yeah. Bachelor.
Oh, I like that. I
Yeah.
would watch that.
Older end Bachelor.
I always like the older couples on maths, so I would like that.
Yes.
And
just
if
don't
your
want it too
wife
old.
leaves you, there's still hope for you, Jace.
Thank you, Lauren.
Yeah.
Wow.
The ginger fox.
The ginger rodent.
The ginger rat. It doesn't have the same ring to
No,
it as
it
the
doesn't.
silver fox, does it?
All right.
Maybe didn't you, one of your friends live in one of the bachelor mansions or something?
Yeah. One of the houses got rented for the Bachelor.
Yeah.
Was it the same afterwards?
No, it
Would have
wasn't.
been a bit
No,
sort of
you're
soiled.
not putting a blue light on in there.
No.
Hey, it's coming up to 8 o'clock. If you are sitting on a rumour here in Melbourne, you want to be a part of Melbourne Whispers, 13 24 10 is our number.
Huge week on our show this week.
I know. Mum is off to, the mum of the show, Lauren, is off to Sydney later in the week to
Oh, yeah.
catch up with Chris Hemsworth.
Yes, Hemsy's
your
coming
top-
on our show
top
this
mate.
week. I'm excited, but it's weird because...
Ex-neighbour.
Well, no, he wasn't our neighbour, but like he's a very good friend of ours, and it's a weird one because JC and I are interviewing him, but I don't know how to be serious with my friends. I don't know if I'm going to be able to interview him. I feel weird about it.
Oh, yeah, you'll be awkward as hell.
I'll
and
be
just
so
able to,
awkward.
And I'll be able to get the dirt of what it was like to
Yeah,
live down
so
the road.
that's
from
your
Lauren.
responsibility, right?
Absolutely. Hey, Chris, when she comes over, does she bring a box of
Yeah.
favourites?
Yeah.
Chris, do you have to give her the hint to leave?
Oh, she'd stay.
Oh, yeah, I've
She'd
hung
be there
around
all
too long a
night
couple of
long.
times.
Question.
Yeah,
On the nights you've had over at his place,
yeah.
does he ever, this is what my wife does, I'm going to bed, just let yourself out. Have you ever stayed past the host?
No, Elsa does that,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
but No, he's normally still there. I don't think I'd stay if they both went to bed.
Yeah.
Oh, I've probably done it though. I've probably stayed there.
Park yourself on the couch.
Yeah, I reckon.
He comes out morning. I'm still here.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing wrong with
got
that. We're going up to Sydney. So he's
new movie.
Yes, Mad Max. I'm really excited about this, actually. Have you watched any of the Mad Maxes?
No, I never have. I wasn't a Mad Max guy.
They're pretty, full-on action,
Intense.
cars, motorbikes. So this is Mad Max Furiosa. Have you seen what he looks like in it?
No.
There's no doubt Chris is a very handsome man.
He's a good-looking lad.
His hair and makeup team make him look nothing like himself. It's pretty amazing. He's got
That
a
looks
prosthetic
nothing like him.
nose. I know.
That
He's
looks
got-
more like
He
Gerard
still looks
Butler.
all right.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Give us a look.
I mean, look at the guns.
Wait till you see his teeth in it.
He's got...
Yeah. They make
He's
a
got the
very
rig out.
attractive man look so attractive. But it's premiering in Sydney on Thursday night, so we're going along to the opening night, which will be fun.
Question.
The whole fam's going.
Question.
You guys all go together to support him, right?
Yeah.
Do you stay and watch the movie, or after he does the intro at the front, do you sneak out when the lights go dim? So I always thought, imagine being the actual movie star. You'd be like, oh, God,
I've
got
seen
to
it
watch
so
now.
many times.
And I've got to watch it now with people, and people are going to
Yeah.
feel...
No, we'll stay and watch. But the family's in it. His dad Craig's in it. Craig makes an appearance.
The family are in it.
Yeah, some of the Elsa's in it. It's it's a very family affair, this one. So
You should,
I'm looking forward. I'm most excited to see them in it.
You
To
should,
be honest.
you should do an awkward...
Craigie dad's a ripper.
You should do an awkward vox pop after the movie. When everyone streams out of the theatre and they grab
What
you
did
and
you
they go,
think?
What did you think? Oh, it was wonderful. I love the transformation of Chris.
Who do you want me to ask?
No, do it with Chris.
Do you want me to ask his parents for a really honest review? Leonie and
Yes.
Craig. They'll tell us exactly what they really
Craig
think.
would probably be like, I outshone my son.
Well, Craig loves motorbikes, so I think he's fanging on some motorbike in it.
Cool.
How
Elsa's
cool is that,
in
though?
it. Yeah, it's awesome. I think the kids might even do a little cameo.
Oh, this feels like a tax write-off to me.
Well, it was filmed just outside of Sydney, so if it was filmed in the south of France or something, yeah.
So when's the movie premiere? Thursday.
Thursday night. We're going to chat to Chris on Wednesday, and then we'll reflect the film on Thursday. I'm excited to have Chris on the show.
Yeah, that'll be really cool. I'm excited to see what dirt we find out, what it was like living down the road from you.
I definitely stayed too long a few
You
times.
will
I
get
reckon.
nervous interviewing him, though.
It's so weird interviewing people.
You
know.
overcompensate.
Well,
I think I'll just leave it to you, Jace.
Remember we had Matt Damon on the show and you're like, Matt, tell us about the new movie. And he's like, I'm not ringing about the new movie, you idiot. I'm ringing to hang crap on you.
Yeah, what did he call for?
We were talking about Bad Neighbours. He rang and said you were shocking to live next door to. And then you
He
go,
said I overstayed my welcome, and that's not true because he's the one who always overstayed his welcome at our.
but she did. She rolled into Richard Wilkins mode. Matt, tell me about the new picture.
I panicked. I thought I had to get a plug in for something. He was like, no, Lozzie, that's not why I'm here.
All right, Chris Hemsworth going to be joining us on the show later this week here on Nova. All right, it has just gone 10 past 8. Let's do it. 5K on the line. You want to play? 13, 24, 10. One question, $5,000, and we do it next. Here we go. This morning, you can take an easy question for $50. You can take a medium question for $500, or you can roll the dice and go for $5K. All right, we gave it away last week. Let's do it again this week, and let's go to the phones.
All right, let's go to Jordan in St Kilda. Good morning, Jordan.
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We are good.
Jordan, what do you do with yourself?
Good. I'm an associate financial advisor, so not an advisor yet, but working towards it.
You know what, Jordan?
Have you seen today's $5,000 question, Jace?
Yes.
He's a financial advisor.
Oh, this question is
Wow.
right up your alley. And I was actually going to say, you sound like a financial advisor,
Yeah,
Jordan.
you do.
Thanks, mate.
Sound very responsible.
How do you feel about avocado on toast, Jordan? Are we still never going to buy houses if we keep eating avocados on toast?
Yeah, it's expensive. Just buy it yourself. Do it yourself.
There you go. Sounds just
I
like
saw
a
them
financial advisor.
$1.50 the other day.
Yeah, but you
in
have
Coles.
the
shepherd
ones-
avocados. Yeah, they're great.
No,
Okay.
Got to have a Hass, mate.
Jordan, here's the go. Easy question, $50, medium $500, or you're going to roll the dice and go for $5K. What are we feeling?
Yeah, roll the dice, of course.
He's going the big one. $5,000. Here we go.
$5,000.
Rules are simple. Lauren will give you the question. You get 3 seconds to give us the answer.
Jordan,
This is good.
for $5,000, what kind of flour was once used to make money?
3,
Oh,
2,
I don't
1.
know. Daisy, I got no idea.
You should have just had a guess. Okay, it's too late now, but just guess a flour, a type of flour.
Any ideas? Go.
have a guess of any type of flower, what would you have said?
Daisy.
No. See, you just got to be in it to win it, though. But it was a tulip.
Yeah.
They used to print money out on tulips.
Yes.
Back in the day, apparently.
Yep. You've seen Wolf of Wall Street. They mentioned that.
Yes.
Oh, it's in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
They mentioned a lot of other things, but they do mention tulip.
I missed the tulips.
Yes.
Surprisingly, that was the one thing that stood out to you, Jason.
Hey, Jordan, thanks for giving it a crack, mate. The 5K question returns this time tomorrow. Every day, 8 o'clock, your chance to pick up a cheeky 5K.
A daisy.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be a daisy.
Too small.
Hey, coming up next.
Siren, it's a draw. It's a drawn Anzac Day. 29 years after the very first one finished the exact same way.
From the Mighty Pies, Mr. Mason Cox is in the house, semi-fresh from a weekend at Live Golf. He joins us right after Justin Timberlake here on Nova 100. What a game on it. Oh, sorry. He was at Live Golf on the weekend. What a game.
Mason
Golf
Cox.
club.
Anzac
Yes,
Day.
golf club. Thank you for that.
Mason
Thank you for
Cox
that.
is in the house. Coxie.
Good morning. How good's playing on a Thursday and then getting to sneak off for the weekend?
Yeah, it was really good. It was unique to get like 2-3 days off in a row, and then it just married up perfectly with Live Golf. So I was over in Adelaide.
First things first.
Yeah, before we get to Live Golf.
Extra time.
Yep.
Where do you sit on it? Because I can tell you now, it was an amazing game to watch. I was sitting there with my son. I was right into it, and that siren goes, and it just felt flat.
Yeah, it is a very weird feeling, but a lot of people have asked this over the last few days, and it's kind of a weird thing because then you'd have to do every game as extra time. I think everyone felt so flat because the anticipation of Anzac Day, the build-up and everything else, to then not come out with a result that's either one way or the other.
But I think you should be playing extra time, even in a club match. Don't look at the old person in the corner.
This answer's surprising me, and it's refreshing.
Yeah,
I love
You
it.
reckon?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're sitting there and it's two other teams playing on it Sunday afternoon or whatever it is, like I don't know, many families are going to go, great, let's go another hour of this.
Good on you, Mace.
But yeah, I mean, I'd love to have an outcome that's one way or the other. I think everybody wanted that probably, but it is one of those things you probably do save for finals where it is a winner go home scenario.
But they do it in finals, right? Obviously, because someone has to get through. So you have to do extra time.
do
but
5
during
minutes.
the season, Clint and I don't mind a draw. You can still get the 2 points. And that 2 points can sometimes be the difference between getting in a final and not getting in
And
a
it
final
was
as well.
Collingwood and Essendon. No one wants a winner, really.
I think you might feel differently if the D's had a draw,
maybe.
potentially.
Can I just ask you one more about Thursday? Jamie Elliott.
Oh,
what
good
a man.
Lord.
Is that Mark of the Year or is that Mark of the Year?
Yeah, it might be Mark of the Century. That was just next level. Watching that live, I'm just sitting there going, this guy's an absolute freak. Like, you
Yeah.
get used to those kind of with Jeremy Howe on the team, but I feel like that one had a bit of extra spice on it and just hung up there for like an extra couple seconds. And I always feel bad for the guy underneath him because usually it's a
I
big
know.
dog. It's a
Who
big
was it
fella.
underneath?
It was Mackay.
Yeah, because I saw him. I think he posted the next morning he was having breakfast. It was on the front page of the paper. It was just him getting just stood on, and he was like, "Not what you want to be looking at over breakfast."
That's funny.
It was an amazing game, though. I was there. It was the atmosphere in the MCG was quite extraordinary on Thursday. So well done. It was a huge game.
Yeah, it's a very special one to be a part of, and it's one of the loudest the MCG gets. Right after you do the minute of silence, and everyone screams and goes crazy, and you got the flyover and all that. It's such a special event.
Did the flyover give you a fright? Because it gave Scott Pendlebury a fright.
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh,
was
my
it,
gosh.
Was it Pendles that said, "Oh God, that"?
I think he said.
He's from the US, mate.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's pretty subtle for me. That's pretty usual. That's every game we do this.
He might have pooped himself, he said.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk Live Golf.
Yeah.
Big weekend.
It was a fun weekend, yes. It was a very, very
Did
fun
you have
weekend.
dinner with Greg Norman?
The first night there was a opening kind of ceremony with everyone, and a few of the golfers and stuff, which was cool.
Did you ask Greg Norman about that famous picture of him walking his dog on the beach?
Oh, with his rig out.
What was that?
Was it
He's
the rig
not
out?
just his rig out.
He had the.
You had little Norman out.
Yes.
Well, he did. Wasn't a little Norman.
It was.
Let me Google.
It was a one wood.
Google.
He had his one wood out.
I assume you didn't ask him about that photo.
No, I didn't. I didn't actually get to a chance to have a chat with him too much, but he was at the game on Thursday, so he was at the game and watched
He did
it.
a
and whatnot.
shoey.
Jesus.
And
The Greg Norman photo.
That should be on a lead, not the dog.
That is
Oh, my God.
that is the great white shark right there.
Yeah.
Did Greg Norman do a shoey?
Yeah, I think he did yesterday, I want to say.
That is so disgusting.
It's part of it.
The shoey thing.
There's heaps of shoeys going around.
Fisher was there doing
Fisher was there, yep. He was doing his shoeys. Cam and the rest of the Australian boys, they won it yesterday, so they were all doing shoeys with the trophy on stage, which was pretty cool. And it was just it's a big weekend for Adelaide, right? It's
well, the rumour is we're going to get it here in Melbourne.
Oh, really? We're stealing it from them?
Not till 2027. That's what I heard.
Either it or a version of it. Maybe they might go to one in Adelaide, one in Melbourne.
Wow.
You were a little bit taken aback by something that happened on the course.
Well, it was actually after on Friday night. Okay. It was a bit of a unique thing. I've only seen it once. I didn't really believe it, but then I saw it in public, and I thought this, I guess, is an Australian staple. You could say.
It's sort of like it's become a tradition very quickly, and it was born out of something that happens at weddings when this song plays.
I'm just crazy about the way What's so weird about it?
You drop your dacks.
Who does?
Do you want to drop them now?
No, sorry. What?
You're actually looking like you're about to. What do you mean you drop your dacks?
Yeah, apparently it's a tradition to all of a sudden drop your dacks and just shuffle from left to right. So
what,
this
with your pants
song,
around your ankles?
Yes. So this song goes and randomly gets played on the bar, and all of a sudden I start looking around, and dudes are just unbuckling their belts.
Undies
just
still on, right?
Undies still
Undies
on.
on.
Yeah. So it's still not nudity.
What do you mean?
Start just undoing the belts, and then it's just dropping their drawers left, right, and center. And I'm just so confused by this scenario.
Did you follow? Did you take your pants
hell
off?
no. I was like, this is a public place. But then the weirdest thing was a female did it too.
Yeah,
and I was like,
well, if boys can do it, why can't we get our knickers out?
Tradition.
Well, no, it was not just the pants; it was the shirt and everything else. I was just sitting there like, oh, she just has no care in the world.
At the golf.
This is at a bar.
It's an Aussie tradition that makes absolutely no sense at all, but I'm all here for it.
Is it an Adelaide thing?
No, it happens here as well.
Did you say it happens at weddings?
Yeah, weddings.
Because I can tell you now, out of the family weddings I've been to, I don't want to see them with no pants on.
I've never seen such a thing happen before, but I like it.
I like it.
Next time
I'm in a bar, I'm going to be like, play Eagle Rock.
Shall we do it? Over again.
No.
Go on, Clint. What Reg Grundies have you got on?
I
Go
don't
on.
have any
Turn
on.
it
So
up. He's free balling. Keep your pants on.
Hey,
no.
Come on, let's give it a go.
No, we're in a workplace, not a bar, Clint.
Going up against the Blues this Friday.
What a match that'll be.
7:40 at the G. They came close to knocking off the Cats on the weekend. Did you watch the game?
No, didn't watch the game.
You're in a bar with no pants on.
He was having too much fun.
Yeah, no, it's Carlton's going really well at the moment. Geelong obviously still undefeated, so very close game. I felt like for most of it, from what I saw, and it's going to be a tough ask for us. It's going to be a massive crowd at the MCG on a Friday night, and that's what you kind of play for, these exciting games.
When do you guys play the Cats?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Melbourne play Geelong this week.
Oh, good luck with that.
Saturday night.
Good luck with that.
But Carlton and Collingwood, there are a few places I'd rather be than there.
Collingwood
the fans are just
v Carlton. Oh yeah.
No, you can leave your cars unlocked on Saturday night then, because
Exactly.
no one will get their cars.
Be nice. Just don't leave them unlocked around the G. Friday night, 7:40. Go the Pies. Mason Cox on the air with us this morning. Good to see you, Coxie.
Always good to be here.
Jason Lawrence. Say hey for 10K.
We are getting close to giving away $10,000. Every day we are getting out on the streets of Melbourne. Come up, say hey. Every 100th person wins $100. Every 1,000th wins $1,000. And we are getting extremely close to saying hey to our 10,000th listener, and they will pocket $10K. We had a huge turnout at Frankston yesterday, South Melbourne Markets on Saturday.
Yesterday down in Frankston, wasn't it?
Today at midday. Where are we heading, Lozzie?
We're going to Northcote today, Jace. We'll be on the corner of High Streets and Separation Streets. Just need Northcote Central and Northcote Plaza there. Come and say hey. Today could be the day that it goes off.
That's right. Midday today. We will see you there. We'll have $10K in our back pocket waiting for you, Melbourne. This is Nova.
Thousands of Australians will soon rally and march together across the country, including the PM, calling for an end to violence against women.
Tens of thousands rally to stop violence against women.
We are furious and we are fed up!
Saturday and Sunday on the streets of Australia. Very thought-provoking, very emotional days here in Melbourne. Yesterday, 10,000 plus hit the streets for these rallies, which are just so important. The Premier Jacinta Allen was there, and then in Canberra, PM Anthony Albanese hit the streets. Of course, this all comes in the wake of senseless violence against women. 26 women this year alone have lost their lives to the hands of a man, and that is just gut-wrenching.
Yeah, it's
gut-wrenching.
It's horrific, Clint. A lot of those are from former or current partners. There's absolutely no doubt domestic violence is an enormous issue in our society. But outside of that, there have been some horrific stories we've heard recently of attacks on women. Obviously, you hear about what happened in Bondi, being an attack targeted at women. More close to home, there's been some shocking stories out of Ballarat and right across Melbourne. And it's hard to read, it's hard to watch, but more than that, it's hard to comprehend. It's like you carry that stuff with you as a female, you hear about it, and even if you are walking through life not feeling frightened or not feeling scared, all of a sudden, I think every single one of us has this in the back of our minds that could have been me. That could have been my sister. That could have been my daughter, my mum.
Molly Ticehurst, Emma Bates, Erica Hay, that's this month alone. They are women in their prime, in their 30s, in their early 40s. Their families have been left heartbroken. It's such an important time to talk about domestic violence.
And that's exactly what we did in our place on the weekend, because we saw the rallies on the news, and then it sparked a conversation at our place. And Lou, my wife, said, the other day when I was at Coles, there was a guy behind me in the lineup for the registers, and she said he was just standing so close. Now, he was in a rush to get out of there, but he was standing so close that Lou said she felt so uncomfortable and so unsafe. And then she said to me, how would you feel if it was the other way around? And I said, I would actually just be annoyed, but I've never really looked at it from the female point of view of going,
that lens.
Yes, yeah. And it was a real big eye-opener. I was like, yeah, okay, I totally get it now.
Yeah, there's definitely a different feeling you get when, sure, people get annoyed and frustrated with people, but there is a different feeling you get in your gut when you feel unsafe. And it's a horrible feeling. And whether that's in the supermarket because someone's getting too close to you, whether it's walking to your car at night, and it's like your blood turns cold and you get this terrifying feeling. And look, I shouldn't say I'm lucky, but I've never been in a situation where I felt unsafe with a partner or with someone a man close to me in my life.
Yep.
I've never, ever experienced that. But I shouldn't say that I'm lucky because I haven't experienced that,
Yeah. You shouldn't have to say that.
No. But I mean, while these protests are so important, I heard a really interesting thing the other day out of the Sydney protests, and it was a woman saying, you guys changed the whole scope of nightlife in Sydney based on the one punch, people getting knocked out in clubs in king hits, and you can't go into a nightclub after 12 o'clock or whatever time it is in Sydney. They brought in a curfew because of that. So what are we going to do about this? Because this is a huge, terrifying issue.
And that's why the PM was taken to task in Canberra yesterday. As a result, he has called for a national emergency and a national cabinet meeting on Wednesday. What is born out of that? I'm not sure. I mean, should women carry mace? Like that's something that has been put forward. Should it be legal for women to carry mace? How do we protect the most important people in our lives?
Well, I think the first step is actually having these conversations,
100%.
which is so important. And we are parents of 3 young boys. And last night, after having that chat with Lou, that's where our minds went. Okay, they're never too young to start educating them.
Yeah.
We've got to change
absolutely
the mentality here in this country.
And I will say that a lot of men that I know have spoken to me about this and asked how I feel. And I've noticed this conversation going on between some of my male friends and their mates. And I've noticed, I will say, while this is a horrific issue, there are a lot of men standing up for this to make sure this doesn't happen again, and to talk to their mates and to talk to their sons and to talk to their friends.
Educate.
Yeah.
Education's a key. I want to bring in Kim O'Reilly. So Kim joins us on Jason Lauren here on Nova 100 this morning. Kim has been a victim of domestic violence. She's now an active campaigner. She was at the rally yesterday. Kim, good morning. Thanks for your time.
Good morning.
How was it yesterday? How important was that, not just for you, but for Australia?
Oh, it's very important. I think it really, really made a really strong stance that enough is enough, and that everyone came together and so many people took time out of their days to be there. It's a shame that we have to do it to get some attention and be the voice, but, it was definitely worth it.
Kim, can I ask, what do you think needs to happen?
I think parole and bail really needs to be looked at if that's a necessary pathway for perpetrators. I don't think it's needed. It's really rewarding them every time that they get this, and then the victim suffers. I think that's something that we really, really need to look at. Apart from that, within the community, I think we really need to stop victim blaming, take out the judgment, and just educate.
Yeah.
Well said.
Absolutely, but you're absolutely right about those. The statistic around 26 Australian women have been killed by a current or former partner, the person that you're supposed to trust the most.
And the term reoffenders, just drives me insane.
Yeah,
Obviously, the
system's
punishment
gotta
wasn't.
change.
Yeah.
The system's not good enough, is it, Kim?
No, there is no justice in it at all. I was saying this yesterday, that it's literally just to help them out. It's to help them rehabilitate, help them to get back into the community, but it does nothing for us. It does not help us. It does not support us. They get a sentence, but then they get a parole, and they get a couple of years off. Once they get to that point, they get 2 years, 3 years off, and we're still sitting there suffering.
Kim, as somebody, as a victim of domestic violence, thank God you escaped what you did. Being there yesterday, was it emotional? Was it empowering? How was it for you?
It was empowering. I got emotional at so many people that are affected by it, that I just can't believe that this is such a common story, and it shouldn't be. But it was definitely empowering that so many of us came together and just said, you know what, we're going to take it this far, and this is enough. This is it. Something needs to change.
Oh, thanks for sharing your story, Kim. Kim actually does some great work in the space. It's Never Okay is the campaign she's leading, and just a reminder that there is help for those who need it. 1-800-RESPECT is the number. That's 1-800-737-732 if you're being impacted by sexual assault or domestic or family violence.
And let's not just have these rallies and then it goes away. Let's have the conversations.
And you know what? They are hard conversations to have.
But they're also eye-opening.
So important.
We got some special guests that are pop by.
Introducing our next guests, two hilariously talented comedians known for heckling those in the public eye.
Some have said that Tim and I have taken a superficial attitude towards news and current affairs.
In 2024, Mel and I promised to turn a new leaf and cover only the important stories.
Plan on pooing on anyone today, Jill.
Well, it's good to know there's still some journalistic integrity out there. Please welcome to the show, Mel Bracewell and Tim McDonald. Woo!
Hey! Hey, are we the 10,000th? This is Channel 10. We need that money.
We're desperate.
We're not quite there yet, but we
No.
need it. But it has been so nice getting out and meeting a whole bunch of people around
A whole
Melbourne.
person. It's been nice to meet a
We
whole
have
person.
one fan. But it's so nice to see you guys.
Thanks so much for having us. Lovely to see you guys. We're big fans.
You're just congratulating us on being employed off the air.
Yeah, we
thank you
were.
for
We
that.
didn't know if we should mention it.
I think I'm Melbourne born, and I think I speak on behalf of Melbourne when I say it's so great that you guys are back on air, and
Thank you, mate.
we should be. So, big fans.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We love it here.
What's
It's nice, isn't it? You used to come in to our old studio, which was like a shoebox.
It's
falling apart.
That shall not be named.
Yeah.
That other studio.
It's nice in here, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's a lot nicer, cushier. I'd say even the seats are nicer.
They are.
Yeah.
Hey, also, Mel, who's on after us, appears on your show as well.
She does. Mel Tresina does a wonderful job here at Nova, and to a lesser extent on our show on the cheap seats.
What does she do on the cheap seats? What's her role?
So her job title is cultural correspondent, and that's code for she watches Love Island.
Exactly.
So farmer wants a wife, married at first sight, stranded on honeymoon
We
island.
asked her, what have you been watching for this first episode back? And she said, Bluey. We're like, okay, you're really just scope. This is a wide scope.
Cultural correspondent does
Yeah.
encompass a lot, though.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
big
true.
responsibility.
Was it the long ep? Have you seen the long ep of Bluey?
I've seen the end of the long
No,
ep.
I haven't seen it yet. No spoilers.
Okay,
no
okay,
spoilers.
okay.
No.
Anyway.
But I can tell you now, as a parent, going from a 7-minute episode to a full, 24 minutes it is now, it's It's a lot.
Well, it was only one. It was a special. It was like when Neighbours finished and Madge came back and it was an extended episode.
I know, but it was just like 7 minutes is great. 7 minutes.
24 minutes is too long.
It was like going to a movie marathon. Remember when you were younger and you'd go to those movie marathons through the night?
I think we're losing our younger listeners with movies and Madge from Neighbours.
Condense it down to one TikTok.
But literally, we've been watching the news because our first episode is Tuesday night, and literally one of the biggest stories of this week is Bluey's mum is in trouble with the law because she put Bluey in the car seat, and that is apparently illegal in Queensland.
She put her in the front. She put her in the front seat, didn't she?
Yes, and apparently there's a rule you can be if all the seats in the back are taken, you can be in the front seat. But you've got to be in a booster seat, and Bluey wasn't in a booster seat.
Gosh.
No, it's a big issue. I saw the safety lady on the Today Show, and she was not impressed with Bluey's mum.
And then
all the big stories on the Today
weekend
Show.
today though.
And then Chili Blue 0.05, and it's just it goes downhill from there.
Yeah, I think also having a dog drive the car is also illegal.
No, in Queensland, that is allowed.
Yeah.
That is allowed.
Oh, okay.
Is there a favourite show of yours that always gives content? Like now that Married at First Sight's wrapped up.
I'd say 7 News Adelaide is pretty good.
I'd keep it closer to home. I'd go Weekend Today.
Now,
Clint's down away. We love Clint's work.
He's given you material before.
He is
Have you seen anything he's mucked up this week?
Over the summer.
Have you done anything over the summer, Clint?
Yeah,
we need some content.
Have I what?
Just give us dates and timestamps. That'd be fantastic.
St. Paddy's Day was good when he was learning how to Irish dance.
Irish dance, yes.
Okay, all right.
That's what people want to wake up to.
I feel as though Richard Wilkins would be the target quite a bit. We crossed him on the red carpet for Nicole Kidman at the weekend, and he looks like he'd just rolled out of a nightclub. He was wearing his shades, his hangover shades.
On the news?
On the red carpet, doing a live cross in his shades.
You know Richard Wilkins. I heard a story about Richard Wilkins. We've taken a dump. Apparently his house has 2 pools.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
no, it doesn't.
One on one side of the house, one on the other side, so that when the sun is there in the morning, there's a pool in the sun, and when the sun sets in the afternoon, there's a pool.
It's more, yeah.
Yeah, we're in a different state, so we can't
Lauren,
talk
you've been
we
there.
can talk about
Is there
it.
2 pools?
Oh, no, what? No, it wouldn't be classified as a pool, like a pond.
It's like a
pond.
It's a small pool.
Okay.
There is water in the
there's-
front and water in the back as well.
He can confirm. Can confirm. He's got a ripping bar there too.
Could you swim in the pond?
Oh, yes.
So it's almost like a moat around Richard
Great
Properties
house
house.
for a party.
I'll tell you what, you're a good friend trying to make him sound relatable. I think it's really
It's not
nice.
a pool, it's a pond.
It's a pond. It's a pond.
It's a swimming pond.
It's just an infinity pond, all right? It's nothing.
Yeah.
Is there fish in it?
There would be.
Yeah, and Richard Wilkins.
Yes. It's a great house for a party, though. You got to get yourself invited around there to the bar.
Okay, we'll do. So Richard Wilkins is on our list to watch. Also, another show that we want to bring to the show this year, Postcards. We want to try and find some postcards, God. Lauren, can you give us something? You're always very professional on the show. Is there anything that you can give us?
Jason and I did a postcards episode together, actually. And you know what we did? Because we got axed, we went axe throwing.
Oh, my God.
Did you really?
Down at Lumber Punks in South Melbourne.
Who did you put on the target, I wonder?
My old boss.
Okay,
I don't
great,
mind
great.
saying it.
Turned out to be quite triggering, to be honest.
We don't call it Axe at Channel 10. It's moved to a specialty time slot.
Hey, we've got our own Cheap Seats moment this morning to play back. We need to apologise. You guys just did Nova in Adelaide, I believe.
We did. Hazy and Jodie.
I've got the intro here.
What an absolutely cracking show on Channel 10. Mel Bracewell and Tom McDonald are the hosts of it.
Doing a very good job.
Tim.
It's Tim McDonald.
And what happened before that is they're our very great mates from Channel 10, and I don't know their names.
Yeah, exactly. And our favourite show, The Cheap Sheets. So close.
How did you respond to that, Tom?
Listen, Kate Ritchie, I don't need to tell you anything from you.
She could have went Jackie.
Not today. Not today.
Yeah, today's sensitive.
Hey, the Cheap Seats, you can catch it tomorrow night, 8:40 on 10 and 10 Play.
At the special new time slot.
Yeah. Hey, guys, it's always good to see you. Thanks for coming in this morning.
Thanks for having us.
See ya.
Jason Lawrence. Say hey for 10K.
Big shout out to everyone that came out to the South Melbourne markets on Saturday. Also, big shout out to the people that were running the Dim Sim store.
Yum.
What fine work you do.
Still got some left, have
What
they?
about the lady from the cookie store that
Yes.
dropped us some cookies?
Cookie box?
Was it called the cookie box?
I think so.
The birthday cake cookie I had was one of the most delicious things I've ever
Oh my
put
God.
in my mouth.
Is that just cookie dough?
No,
That was
like-
incredible.
it was a cookie
With a birthday party in the middle of it.
It had some kind
like
of
frosting.
situation in the middle,
Yes.
but it also had icing on top with sprinkles.
When are they open
that's a
again?
lot.
We must go.
We must go. They're not open on a Monday, are they? But we must go.
I don't want to reveal what they sell, but there was a lady I met at the South Melbourne markets.
Georgie.
Lauren introduced me to.
She's my favourite at the market.
She is an absolute expert in something extremely specific.
Oh, we must get her on.
We must.
We must
What do you
get
mean,
her on.
food?
It's a food that we all use, but she is an expert in it.
Who's going to be the most excited about it? Our Irish producer,
Yes,
Jazz.
yeah, that's all we'll say.
Yes.
It's not Guinness. That's all we'll say.
It's good.
Now listen.
It's good gear. And if you know Georgie from the South, if you go to the South Melbourne market, you would know Georgie. She's a bit of an icon.
Yeah. Now, on Sunday,
Irish cream.
we hit up Frankston. Move on. On Sunday, we hit up Frankston. Today, we're back out there. Every 100th person that we meet wins $100. Every 1,000th person wins $1,000. And we are so close to shaking the hand of our 10,000th listener, and they will win $10K. Where are we heading today, Lozzie?
Today we are going to Northcote, ladies and gentlemen. Also slide into our DMs if you know any good eating spots around there, because we're basically going on a food tour of
Yeah.
Melbourne. We were in Oakley the other day at Nico's Cakes, and we rolled out of there as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But today it's Northcote, near the corner of Separation and High Street. Slide into our DMs, tell us where to eat, but most importantly, come down, say hey, and you could win $10K.
12 p.m. today.
Lunchtime. That's why we need the
Lunchtime.
food.
You got to be quick. We will see you there.
Thank you for being a friend.
All right, that is it. We are getting out of here.
We
Hey,
are.
hopefully today's the day that we're giving away the 10K, because later in the week, mum of the show, Lauren, is jumping a flight heading to Sydney to catch up with Chris Hemsworth.
That's it, guys. I'm going to Sydney for the night. Chris will be on our show. Hemsy's joining us, I think, on Friday morning post the Mad Max Furiosa. We won't get him on post that. I reckon he might be a bit dusty on Friday morning, but we'll get him on Thursday, play it on Friday, hear all about, it's a bit of a family affair, Mad Max Furiosa.
I know you were saying the dad's in it.
Craig Hemsworth is one of the greatest living men. And
He's a fit unit too, isn't he?
He's fit. He rides motorbikes. He surfs. He trains. He
Really?
swims. He hikes. He's in it. And I
That
think
annoys me.
Same
is
here.
in it?
Same here.
I mean, your dad's fit. That means the genes are good.
Yeah.
Oh, did you think the Hemsworths didn't have good genes?
Well, clearly it's genetic, which annoys me about my
Have
dad.
you ever seen
What
them?
have I got of my dad's?
Well, you'd be surprised. My dad, God rest his soul, had big ears and a nose.
Oh.
Leonie Hemsworth, though, mum of the three,
You're right, it's the genes.
is stunning as well.
Can't take my eyes off it now.
Well, you can't miss it. That is it. We're getting out of here. Chris Hemsworth on the show later in the week. And yes, midday today, your chance to get 10K. We'll see you tomorrow, Melbourne. Bye.
Bye.
Gonna be a good day.
Jason Lauren.
Wake up feeling good.
On Nova 100.
Jason Lauren.
Follow them on socials.
Nova.